The K.S.M. Show.
Thank you. Oh, you know, one thing about this show is that I love to celebrate Ghanaian ingenuity. And when I talk about Ghanaian ingenuity, young people, young folks like you, well, not like you, some of you watching me are old, but I mean the young ones among you, you always get inspired when you see people sort of like your age group doing amazing things. And my next guest, I find simply amazing, man. She started a line of products. It's like baby food, or it's a cereal. We're talking about it, but just the whole idea of what inspired this whole movement to start making your own baby food and things. You can tell greatness when you see it, man. So I'm going to welcome here now. Put your hands together. Show some love for Erasung, Hadijah. Please. Have a seat. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You're doing well?
Yes, I'm blessed.
You're blessed. Me too. I'm blessed to have you here.
Thanks so much.
And by the way, you are an accountant.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
At Pantine Hospital?
Pantine Midwifery School.
Pantine Midwifery. Okay. It's interesting, you know, because when we hear Pantine, we just assume there's a psychiatry part, but it's a full-fledged hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. And at the same time, you're a student at UPS.
Yes.
That's where you got your first degree?
Yes.
It was in?
Accounting.
It was in accounting. Okay. Yes. So are you at Pantine as a full-fledged accountant, or you are doing an intern or national service or something?
Yeah, for Pantine Midwifery School, I was actually employed at Ministry of Health, and then I took a transfer to Pantine Midwifery. So I've been there for a year now as an accountant, full accountant.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've been there for a year now?
For a year now.
Wow. Wonderful.
You.
And we're going to get to this amazing product that you are into. But before then, I also, you're into entrepreneur stuff, right?
Yes.
You want to become an entrepreneur?
Yes.
And you're studying your master's now?
Yes.
In impact entrepreneurship, something? Tell me about it.
Yes, for impact entrepreneurship with UPSA, it was actually inspired when I met Dr. Macaulay. We had a mentorship session with him. And
where?
At his company on the Myda Entrepreneurship Challenge. And from my discussion with him, I realized having a product won't actually sell if you are not out there to sell it yourself. So from meeting him, and after I stepped out from the room, I was like, this man just told me something. What is wrong with me? I'm not selling my product. I have a very good product, but I'm not selling it. So I need to do something. So I realized the issue was not about not selling the product, but there were so many other factors that needed to be done to be able to sell the product. And one was because I wasn't someone who was an entrepreneur. I was an accountant that developed it out of a passion when I had my child and all that. So I said, okay, I'll have to go back to school to gather more knowledge on entrepreneurship and innovation so I can scale my brand up. And the other one was to help me sell it as he's looking for me to sell. So he actually inspired my going back to school to do my master's on entrepreneurship and innovation, moving away from the normal accounting I would have gone to charter. So that was how come I started my
Fantastic. But let me rewind a bit, because so before you met him, you had started your products.
Yes, before I met him, I had developed the products out of my child not eating, out of my own experience.
Yeah, and that's by the way, that's an amazing experience, you know. She's a young mother. Were you a new mother then?
Yes, please.
And you were breastfeeding your child for some months?
Yes, 3 months.
3 months. And then you continue from there. And then what happened?
For 3 months, she started not to eat again. Like when you feed her, she'll keep crying as if she's not getting satisfied. So I was getting frustrated. Each time I go for a weigh and they're complaining, Madam, what is wrong with her? Is she not eating?
Oh, she's losing weight?
Yeah, she was losing weight. So I keep explaining that I do what I can because the breast milk will actually flow. But that was because I had a condition I didn't know about.
What condition?
From my hometown, it's called bitter breast milk.
Bitter breast milk?
Bitter breast milk, yes. As you are feeding the child will be drinking it as you are seeing, but you can feed morning till evening without the child getting full up. So it's like there's hunger within, but you can see that you are feeding. So I felt, okay, if this is what I'm going through and virtually nobody knows what to do with my condition, then I have to start feeding my child on something. So I was like, okay, at 3 months she was too young because I hadn't weaned her yet. So I said, okay, what can I do? I decided to look into other products and other cereals. But I realized most of them were things that were having additives and preservatives. So I was like, no, this was a wrong move for me. So I researched into carrots, the benefits of carrots, and then rice. That was the local white rice. So I'll put them together and then make it into this porridge. And I was feeding her with that. So for a month, she was improving.
She was eating okay.
She was taking it perfectly, and we went back to the weighing, and they were like, "Madam, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I just developed something small, and each time I use it, she's taking it." And she wasn't feeling sick; she was just very beautiful. So they told me that, "Oh, I can keep using it for them to see how it will go." So for a year, she was just so nice. So they were like, "Okay, I think your recipe is very good. Can you recommend to other mothers who had weaned their children and moving them into normal Molly was becoming difficult because Molly doesn't have that nutrients that my product was having." So I said, okay, fair enough. So I gave it to some to try for free because by then I hadn't made it into a powdered form. So they were using it and their kids were also eating. I said, oh, then this could be a very good venture because if mothers are going through this situation and this is able to help them, that means we have a lot of other mothers who are hoping to curb malnutrition of their children reducing in weight and all that. So I have to think of how to transform it from how I was using it to a more a state that others can also get it. So I turned it into a powdered form. Then I went to Food and Drugs and told them that, oh, if you come out with a product like this, what can I do to get it into the market? Because I don't want to start selling something that probably I don't know the actual nutrients in it. So they took it and was like, where from this? Rice and carrots becoming a porridge? I said, yes. So they took it and said, okay, they will help me go through the process of getting it certified. That was how I met Mr. Excel, Kofi Excel at Food and Drugs. And he just handpicked me like this and sat me down, explained everything. And I said, okay, am I willing to take it to that level of getting it into it? I said, yes, I'm interested. That's why I'm here. And once they looked at it and they said it was nutritious, I was good to go. So I went through the process of licensing, and then we launched it 2014 November at UPS Auditorium.
Wow. Put your hands together, man. This is a very remarkable story. New mother feeding your baby, there's a problem. You decide, let me go and get something out there. But everything had additives.
Additives.
So you wanted to process your own thing, non-additives, but natural and really.
Yes.
That is impressive.
Thank you.
That's very impressive. And I see you have three. These are the brands that you work with?
Yes. We have Morin Cuts, we have Super Mix, and we have the Bee Soya. So when I did the Morin Cuts, before they did the licensing, I had already added other 2.
So this is moringa?
Rice, carrot, and moringa.
Rice, carrot, and moringa.
Yes.
Can adults eat this?
Yes, adults can eat it. Actually, some herbal technology was recommending it for their stroke and diabetic patients, people on special diets because of our ingredients.
Wow.
Yes.
This
and also
awesome.
now we have another hospital at Takoradi, Adom Herbal Hospital. They also recommend it for their stroke and diabetic patients. We have the nutritional values on them, and these are all done at Food Research.
Wow. So you have this is moringa, carrot, and rice?
Yes, please.
And then the next one you have is?
This one is brown rice, soya, carrot, and moringa.
Brown rice, soya, carrot, and moringa.
Yes, like
and
a food supplement. The third one is brown rice and soya.
Brown rice and soya.
Yes, but when you mix it with the ingredients like this, you don't have it as we have it. Yeah, because we have our trademark on it.
Okay.
The scent, the feel, and everything. It's unless MydaFoods, you can't get it.
So this is MydaFoods.
MydaFoods.
What can people get? Trust me, they're watching and say, hey, I want to. Me, I feel guilty because, you know, Cerelac is supposed to be a baby food.
Yes.
Find out who owns the one in my house. You know. So if this, you know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, you know, I don't have a baby in the house. But
you can take this. Breakfast or late night is very good for you too. Yes.
Okay. So please let the church be aware that the samples say here. They're not going nowhere.
Yes.
No. but congrats.
Thank you very
Congrats.
much. Thank you.
So you're inspired by Dr. Makola. You're now back in school because you've started this and you realize there's a whole lot more you need to learn before you can push this. What are you learning that you think is giving you extra knowledge on how to
with the entrepreneurship and innovation about selling it? Because when I started, I wasn't doing so much of community awareness creation. But when I started the program, I've realized that going into the communities, targeting the health facilities, the pharmacies, and the supermarkets, because this is something new. You just can't go and stock it probably at ShopRite when somebody, like if somebody doesn't know it, they won't pick it. So earlier we started with some shops and then people were not picking it up. But after going into the program, I've realized that I can actually go and mount in front of the shop and then target every customer coming into the shop to try it. And once they try, the next day they are able to pick it up because they enter the shop and they're like, yeah, I've tried this. So they easily buy. Yeah. Yes. Just last Saturday I was in Upper West to do an activation and it was just massive. Wow. Yes.
Wow. Put your hands together, man. So right now, how many are you able, what's your capacity? Are you able to really produce this to meet?
Yes, currently everything is manual and I'm actually doing it at home. So for manual production, to package this, a bag will give you 100 pieces and that is only what we can do a day. So for production wise, we can produce and package 100 pieces of this a day. But if you have more, we have an equipment that we need to set up. We are just getting the facility. Once we are able to set up, we can produce about 500 to 1,000 a day because we have a machine to help us with the processing. Fantastic. But currently we are doing manual production and it's still encouraging and we are not giving up.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. And this is outside the food thing too. You're very active in your community. I hear you started some fundraising for an ambulance service in Wa.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, with Ambulance for Upper West, I had this Facebook discussion with a friend, and he was telling me that he lost their daddy because they didn't have an ambulance. And I realized that most of my age group members were on social media, Facebook, ranting about it. So after reading through all those things were said, I said, no, we can't keep ranting about our problems when we are humans that we can start something on our own. So if you are not able to get an ambulance in your community, what are you doing to get the ambulance? Because we can't keep waiting for the government who is already overburdened. So I came out with a social media campaign that was Ambulance for Upper West, just to go into the community for people to raise funds, like to contribute their own monies. If you are from Upper West, if you have ever been to Upper West, if you have relatives or even knowing anybody from Upper West who is wailing, you can contribute into this fund, then we can get an ambulance for ourselves that we can call our own, not just waiting for government to always come and do these things for us.
So it's a social media campaign.
It's a social media campaign I launched.
And how successful have you been so far?
Yes, it's been good because when we went to WA, that was 29th of April of this year, we did a float in town, and I was so happy to see even old people dipping 1 CD, 2 CDs just to be part of it, because I made them to understand that once the ambulance comes and it's moving on the streets of Wa, you can beat your chest and know that you did this. And they were so happy to do it. And the 30th of April, we had a lunch and the hall was just full. People were so happy to be part of this campaign. Fantastic. And we've been able to raise 30,000 Ghana cedis in an ADB account. So if you go to ADB, the account is there for you to contribute.
Fantastic. For people listening now, who might want to really also help support, do you have the account number or a number they can call?
Yes, we have an ADB account. If you walk into any ADB account and ask for Ambulance for Upper West, the account number will be given to you. Also, we also have a phone number, mobile money number that you can also contribute into.
Okay, okay. Do you have it on you or something that we have to?
Yes, you have to roll it.
You have to roll it?
Yes.
Okay.
So they can get it right.
She doesn't want to mess up the number, so it's on your screen right now. And this is the mobile, this is the number
to contribute to the account.
Okay, folks, so you see the number, and please support this cause. It's amazing. Here's a young lady and who says, we all can do something. We all cannot sit down and wait for government. So talking about waiting to, if there's anybody out there with these big automobile shops, anybody who wants to donate, please feel free and make this ambulance for the
Upper West.
Ambulance for Upper West, you know, a reality and no longer a dream. But that is so fantastic.
Thanks so much.
So you're married now, I guess?
Yes, please. I'm married with 3 children.
Oh, you're married with 3?
Yes.
So it's the third one that created this.
The first one.
Oh,
the first.
The first?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Why am I thinking you have only one recently? Forgive me. So, okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I know you're also in you're a finalist in the Magdan, what do we call it?
Yeah, Magda Entrepreneurship Challenge.
We can wish you the best, you know.
Thanks so much.
And I also hear you're the last woman standing.
Yes.
You are the last woman standing.
Yes.
Hey, great. But keep it up. You've done very, very well. And we're all very, very proud of you.
Thanks so
And we wish you all the best. So stick around, folks. That was Erasung, Hadijah. Show some love one more time. I'll be right back.
The K.S.M. Show.